Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. If you're new around here, then welcome. My name's Sarah. I make videos every single week here on YouTube talking about my skin journey. I've had acne prone skin for literally as long as I can remember. A few years back my skin severely broke out, like I was really covered in acne. And so at the moment my skin is doing really well. I'm really happy with it, but it does mean that makeup has been a big part of my life also for as long as I can remember. Not only because I felt like I needed to cover my skin up, but also it just makes you feel better, makes you feel more confident. Now I have no problem going out without any makeup on. I do it quite regularly. But yeah, I thought I would share some of the products that really help me and my acne prone skin. If you're not acne prone and you just fancy having a nosy at what's in my makeup bag, then yeah, stay tuned. I'm just gonna jump straight into it. So this is my makeup bag. It is this beautiful gold kind of soft cloth bag that I actually got from Birchbox. A few years back I used to have a Birchbox subscription. I think my mum got it for me for my birthday, which I really liked. It meant that I could test loads of products and makeup. But yeah, I've kept the bag ever since and I really like it. It's the perfect size to travel with. It means that you can kind of fit everything in. And yeah, let's dive in. It's quite messy, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna do this product by product, I think. So what do we pull up first? Okay, so first up we have bronzer. This is my Hoola Benefit bronzer. I've been using this for years. I'm not gonna lie to you, it might not be my favorite, but I just haven't tried anything else in such a long time. As you can see, it is basically completely done with. It's broken, if I'm being honest with you. So I do need a replacement, and if anybody knows a really good bronzer that's obviously safe for acne prone skin, then hit me up, let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, as far as this goes, I think this is probably my second or third. I really like the colour of it, and I particularly like that it has no shimmer to it, which is definitely really important if you're somebody like me who doesn't want to kind of, I guess, make their pores look bigger, because if you're acne prone and you're oily, sometimes that tends to happen. So yeah, I really like this because it's matte. Next up, I have these brushes that came in a set from Real Techniques. I think pretty much everybody in the world has these at this point, but this is just the brush that I use for the bronzer. Next up, I have the Bioderma SPF 50, the Tinted Photoderm Max. I've got this in, yeah, the light colour tint. I actually don't know if they do any other colours of this tint. This is the only one that I saw. Now, the thing with this SPF is I do really like it. I think as an SPF, it works really well. It obviously means that you don't have this kind of white cast that you usually find when you do have SPF 50 on your face. So that helps. But I do find that it tends to be a little bit shinier, a little bit oily, and it doesn't really do anything for the texture of my skin. I've stopped using this at the moment simply because I don't know if SPF 50 is completely necessary in the UK in winter. I stick to an SPF 30 in the winter, but I might revisit this in the summer. I like it, but I just don't love it at the moment, I guess. So next up is a MAC blusher. So this is my favorite blusher, and I'm not gonna lie, I've had this for a few years. I actually didn't open it at first because my friend got it for me whilst I was using like a ton of other things. But this powder blush is in Lotus Blossom, and I really like the color. I've had no problems with this on my face. I have been very wary of MAC products in the past. Like I definitely wouldn't apply a MAC foundation. I did that probably like over 10 years ago, and it just did not look right on my skin. I felt very kind of caked and heavy, and that's not necessarily something you want if your skin's quite acne prone and sensitive. This, on the other hand, I love. And here's the matching MAC brush that goes with it. As you can see, clearly it needs a clean, but it's just one of those stippling brushes that I've had forever. Next up is my mascara, and this one I've actually been using for a little while now. It is the Bourjois Volume Glamour Mascara in Ultra Volumata. Anyway, it's in a very dark colour, so it's, yeah, the Noir Ebene, so black basically. And I really like this one. I've used this for a few years, and the reason I like it is actually the brush. It's very small, so it really kind of gets into all the corners, which I think makes such a difference. It's also very affordable. It's definitely under £10, probably about £8–9. And yeah, I've been buying this for years. Next up is another tinted SPF. I use this essentially like I do my foundation, which is also what I used to do with the Bioderma one. So this is kind of, I guess, my winter equivalent. I wear this every single day. It's the Paula's Choice SPF 30, and it's tinted. It's super lightweight, so it kind of feels, they describe it as a moisturizer, but it's doing nothing of the sort. It's definitely not moisturizing your skin. If anything, it kind of dries mine out a tiny bit. But it's great because I don't feel like I need to wear any kind of foundation or BB cream or anything like that. This does everything it needs for my skin. It leaves your skin kind of a very matte texture. So if that's something you're after, which I know lots of you who have acne prone skin are, then I would highly recommend this. And also it's so important to wear SPF all year round, not just in the summer. Oh yeah, as it says on the bottle, it's for normal oily combination skin. So next up is my concealer. At the moment I'm just using this one by e.l.f. I'll be honest, there was no rhyme or reason why I picked this up. I just wanted to test it out because it was very affordable in Boots, and I have to say I've had no problems with this at all. I've mostly just been applying it around my eyes and as kind of like a base for my eyeshadow. But if I do kind of spot correct, which is rare because I really don't mind my acne being on show if I do break out, then yeah, this hasn't caused any issues at all. You only really need a tiny bit, and it very much reminds me of the Collection, what is the name of that product? The Collection concealer that basically everybody has. I used to use that for years, and I just switched it up and tried this one instead, and quite honestly I can't see much difference. They both do a really good job. This one is just slightly more kind of glowy, I guess. The Collection one is a little bit more matte. That's the biggest difference that I can see between the two. Next up, I just have an eyeshadow palette that my sister very kindly gave me a few months back, and this one's just by MAC, and it's just got all the really neutral colours, as you can see. If I'm being honest with you, this is like the perfect palette for me because all I do is need like a very light base and then maybe something like this in the crease. And if it is an evening, I might go for something down here or a shimmery one. It's kind of great for Christmas really, but yeah, definitely day to evening palette, and I would highly recommend. And here are the names of the eyeshadows for reference. Okay, so next up we just have eyelash colours. These basically do what it says on the tin. They curl your eyelashes. I very rarely remember to use these, or if I do, I just don't have enough time before I do my mascara. I like them, but they don't really seem to help my eyelashes stay longer or stay lifted for any longer. So yeah, if anybody has any tips on how to make these work better, then let me know in the comments as well. Then we have lip balms. So there is the Glossier one, which I love, is the coconutbalm.com. This is my favorite lip balm. It smells amazing. It's lasted me ages as well. I think I've got this back in maybe May, and yeah, I use it every single day. My other favourite lip balm is the one by Elizabeth Arden. It's actually just in a stick and I've basically used it all up. But it's really handy if you just want that 8-hour cream on the go. I also have this Bourjois Healthy Balance powder. I'll be honest, I don't ever really use this on my actual face. It tends to just be a base for my eyeshadow, which I really like it for. I did originally buy it as a powder for my face, but yeah, I just don't use it because my face gets quite dry now after Accutane, so I've just not really needed it. I much prefer the kind of glowy look. Then we have the Ico, is it called Ico? Yeah, Ico eyeliner. I rarely do a winged liner, but if I do, it tends to be this, or it tends to be, in fact, I've got another one here, this Maybelline gel liner, which I've lost the brush for, but if I hadn't lost the brush for it, I would definitely be using this more often. I find it easier to work with than the pen. Next up we have a brush for my eyeshadow. This is just a really old MAC brush that I've had for years, and again it kind of does a bit of everything. It kind of helps put a base on, but also helps to blend out if you want to just put a little something in the creases. And then I have this tiny little highlighter, which I wish I could, it's called Model Co, and I actually got it in the Birchbox, but it's just a really pretty highlighter. And I think it's only the tester, but yeah, I mean, I really don't need more than that. Next up, I have something for my brows. If I'm being quite honest with you guys, again with my brows, I tend to just brush them with like a little spoolie like this. But if I'm feeling fancy, then I'll go in with this kind of brow gel, which has a tiny little spoolie like this. And this colour isn't too dark for me, so if you're also fair, this works really well, and it's called Blonde. Surprise, surprise. Okay, I've also got another Real Techniques brush, which just basically came in the same pack as the blusher brush. I don't really use this, but I did used to apply my Bare Minerals foundation. Before I went on Accutane, it would always be with this. And that is it, guys. That is my makeup bag done. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I have to say though, if you want to apply your makeup and have the best possible glowy skin, then it's all about moisturizing first. And if you're worried about how to moisturize acne prone skin, then I've made an entire video talking about how to do that. I'll link that on screen now. I highly suggest you go and watch that before applying makeup next time. But yeah, that's all from me this week. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys. Particularly with like tiny little bumps on my forehead. I think I've got a picture somewhere, so I'll put that up now as well to show you. Yeah, didn't work for me. I also then have tried using oils and moisturizers and things.